Ratchet straps are a common problem where people don't know how to use them, whether it's using them or undoing them when you finish. And what we want to do is to get rid of all those queries and show you how to safely use them and the different types that there are. We're going to cover the 3 types of ratchet: a 2-piece ratchet, an auto-retracting ratchet, and a 1-piece continuous ratchet strap. So if we start off with the basics, they all use the same buckle system. And if you hold it with the buckle facing away from you, and on a 2-piece one, you then bring your strap in, we need to pass the strap through the buckle. And it's quite a common thing where people open these up and pass them through inside the buckle. That's not how you should do it. It can be used that way, but it's not easy. The correct way is to have the buckle closed, like so. You need to have the slot, as you see it here. You need to have that horizontal as you hold it up. And the way to do that then is to then ratchet it until it's in the correct position, like so. Now you can pass the strap through it, like so, until you've got it to a manageable length. And ideally, you have dedicated lashing points to fix to. These are by far the best thing, something which is securely bolted down that's strong enough to take the strain. I'm going to connect one end up to one of my lashing points over the load to be secured, and then hook on at the other end and get rid of most of the slack. Not all of it though, because what I want to do now is to start the ratcheting action and pulling on like so. And you need to ideally get 2 or 3 turns of the webbing onto the actual reel. This handle should now be in this position because it locks the mechanism, so it cannot come undone again. And now to release it, we need to pull back on this lever here. That will unlock the top part of the strap. Pull this back, it then unlocks the system. And you hear it clonk there. I can now pull it loose and unhook my straps. It's as simple as that. So what we've got here now is the same conventional ratchet strap holding down a bundle of timber. But the problem is, some of them are held well, but other ones are loose. We need a means of holding those together and holding them down to the bed of the vehicle or trailer. In situations such as this, you need a 1-piece continuous strap. This is the simplest way of showing it to you. I'm going to pass it through like so and take up most of the slack. Now I want to lay my load on top of it. Bring the strap over, keeping it straight. Over, back under. And we lift that, slide it to there. Through the lashing point, I should say. Now, I go back to the ratchet with the buckle facing away from me, through like so, and take up the slack. Now all I need to do now is just to ratchet again. And what that does, it tightens the strap round the load. At the same time, it pulls the load down to the bed. So the situation now is all these are securely held and they're not going to slide out the back of your vehicle or your trailer. The other style of ratchet strap works in a very similar fashion, and this is the auto-retracting type of ratchet strap. Instead of having 2 pieces or lots of extra webbing strap, they're shorter in length, and you simply pull them out, hook on as you would do normally, and then you press the red lever and you start the ratcheting action until it's tight, And the important thing is here that it needs to be tightened right up where you can't tighten it any further. And then when you come to disconnect the load, you press down on the lever and the red lock and it unlocks. You can then retract your strap back and make it all tidy. So there's another style of ratchet strap. Normally you try and keep all your straps as straight as possible for maximum strength, but there's one exception. When you've got a long length of strap, such as this, and obviously you get it on both sides of a tall item, what will happen as you're driving your vehicle, the wind is going to come down and it'll catch the strap and cause it to flap. And that will eventually cause wear, and it could lead to the strap breaking down and giving way. This is the one occasion where you actually put a twist, one single twist in the strap, like so. And that will stop it from flapping. It's a nice, easy tip, but that's the one exception to having straight straps, and it will overcome the problem. The next one is regarding sharp edges. Now, it's very important if your load has got sharp edges on it that you protect the webbing straps from those edges. And the ideal thing then is to place either a piece of old carpet or a mat out of the car or a piece of just scrap cardboard and place that underneath your webbing straps to protect them. So you run over like so and then hook on in the normal fashion. And that protects the webbing from that sharp edge. The next tip is when you've finished tightening your load down and you're left with a large length of spare webbing strap. The important of this thing is that you don't want this flapping around behind the vehicle. Number one, it can get trapped in parts of the vehicle, and that can cause an accident. It's also a distraction for other drivers, and it's also going to lead to wear again on the webbing straps. Simple thing to do here is to stow it tidily, and if you just double up the strap like so, so you just fold it over like that, and then I'll come around this side. You pass it around and just form over the top and then through underneath to form a simple knot, and then bring it up and pull it upwards, and that has tidied your straps up. The next tip is regarding lashing your actual straps down to your trailer or the bed of your truck. The important thing here is that you need good lashing points. Not all trailers have them in particular, and not all lorry beds have them either. Ideally, you'd have something like a D-clip as we've got here, but if you haven't got those and you're left with something like this to attach to, the problem I've got here with this particular hook, the shape of the hook doesn't suit the radius of the handle. The simple way out of doing this is to actually pass the ratchet through, like so, and then some people tie around with a series of loops around here, which is fine, but it's putting strain on the webbing. What you want to do is to spread that load as much as possible. A simple way out of it is to just create a simple loop, like so, in the webbing, pass it through from this direction, through this gap, bring it out behind and open the loop, and then pass it back over the hook, like so, and then pull up tight. And that spreads the load more evenly around the smooth edges of the hook, and then you can pull up and tie off in the usual way with your ratchet. If you want to see more of our how-to videos, please go to www.sealey.co.uk.